Thanks very much. The chair now recognizes Mr. Sablan for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for holding today's hearing. And although I recognize that the focus of the legislations here are on the western states, I'm going to shift my focus further west into the northern Mariana Islands. Super Typhoon U2 struck my district, the northern Mariana Islands, in 2018, late 2018, and the storm was reported to be the most powerful, or the second most powerful, if not the most powerful storm in the United States since the 1930s. So nearly a year and a half later, we're still recovering. Such extreme weather events leave drinking water infrastructure quite vulnerable. But even before Super Typhoon U2, my district was the only congressional district without full access to clean, potable drinking water 24 hours a day in the entire nation. Now, thankfully, much progress has been made in the past decade, though we still can't drink water from the tap like other Americans. And you can actually use it to brush your teeth even. And of course, my constituents remain concerned about their access to clean drinking water. Mr. Payne, what is the reclamation doing through Water Smart or other programs to ensure that communities like mine have basic access to water?
Thank you for your question. Reclamation does offer grants to communities such as yours. We'd be happy to work with you to identify the...
Have you ever issued grants to the Northern Marianas, Mr. Payne?
I'm sorry, say it again. I don't believe we have, but I think we have a program that, and I'll get back to you on that, but we have a program that is available.
Okay, fair enough. In your experience, what can the Northern Marianas and other areas vulnerable to extreme weather events that are becoming more frequent due to climate change? And I say this with all sincerity, growing up in a place where typhoons and storms occur every year. We're called Typhoon Alley for a reason. I've never seen a storm such as Typhoon U2. Then before that, we had Sodelor, we had Mangkut, we had U2, then Hagibis just moved past us and did its forces do damage to Tokyo. But what can those places such as mine do to communicate our infrastructure needs to the federal government and receive the assistance we truly need?
You ask what are the sources you could use to communicate your needs?
Yeah, how do we pass on our needs to agencies like yours or other agencies, sister agencies in the federal government?
We'd be willing to reach out with you guys. We have our international affairs office, as well as which I think we just went out to Marianas Islands recently. But we're willing to set up some dialogue.
You have an international affairs office, sir? Did you say?
We have both international affairs and that we work. I think we've just.
So the Northern Marianas is in the International Affairs Office?
No, it's not, but overall we have groups that go out.
To be honest, I was going to ask the gentleman if he'd yield. The last time I checked, the Northern Marianas were part of the United States.
No, they are, but I'm just saying it's the insular areas is what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your statement was a little troubling. I yield.
Yeah, I know. I could tell by the laughter. So.
Yeah, no, but another thing, and I'm running out of time, but you mentioned a word that HR 5347 seems to be duplicative, is the word you used, of other programs. And if you think it's so, that other programs that your agency is addressing, if you think it's so, why haven't you addressed what you think are duplicative that require someone in Congress to introduce a bill to address the problem finally and maybe once and for all. If you don't have time, I mean, my time's out, so maybe you should provide
Normally, we don't
us-
lobby Congress for our bills, but, I mean, the current bill we have is available for everybody to participate in. So that's why we're here to talk about this, what we feel is the duplicate.
Right, so maybe you should provide Congressman Cox with an answer
Will do.
as to why you would use the word duplicative on his bill. Thank
Sure.
you. Mr. Chairman, are you back?
Thank you, Mr. Sablan. The chair recognizes Ms.